It's been 7 days since our last Cavs recap. Happy 3-1 day to all who celebrate, which should be every Cavs fan at least coming in, and everyone who has a lick of basketball sense to root against the Warriors. So we're going to be recapping the Cavs action for the past week, starting with last Thursday at home against the Nuggets. Cavs taking a loss 115 to 109. This was another really good game that the Cavs just come out on the wrong end of against a quality team. Those seem to be happening more and more often as of late, and I'll get to how that concerns me a little bit later. The Nuggets starting five was on their game in this one, each of them reaching double figures as far as points goes. The Cavs did make this game interesting by fighting back after going down by a decent margin in the first quarter, and they managed to take a 1-point lead into halftime and actually a 2-point lead into the fourth quarter. But the sequence that I think started the downfall for the Cavs in this game was with a little bit less than 6 minutes to go in the game. They are up by 4. Jokic makes a layup, and then Michael Porter Jr. hits a 3. Jokic hits a 3 again, and then suddenly it's Denver with a 4-point advantage. I don't think the Cavs ever grabbed the lead back after that. Mitchell and Garland didn't really have good shooting nights, and that was especially apparent late in the game where they were trying to make something happen and they just couldn't get anything to fall. Jarrett Allen with a double-double, but Evan Mobley I thought was by far the best player for the Cavs against the Nuggets. 31 points, 9 rebounds. He was also 2 for 4 from 3 as well, adding a steal and a block in there just because why not? But Nikola Jokic was in MVP form again against the Cavs with a huge triple-double. I think Jokic had triple-doubles in both games against the Cavs this season. Michael Porter Jr. and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with nice games for the Nuggets as well. Not fun to take a loss there, but again, it's the Nuggets. Their star player went off for a triple-double. He's unstoppable when he's on his game. It was a close one. Maybe you could explain that one away. And then the next day was a back-to-back Friday in Atlanta against the Hawks. They take a even worse loss, 136 to 119. And as that final score indicates, Atlanta just putting up a ton of points in that one. First quarter was competitive for the early goings of it, but the Hawks really stepped on the gas late to pull away. And then in the second quarter, things got really ridiculous, and the Hawks put up 49 points in one quarter. Cleveland going down 24 points at the half, and the game never even pretended to really come close after that. Trae Young, annoyingly good again. Sadiq Bey and DeJounte Murray were also thorns in the Cavs' sides in this one. Garland putting up 33. He was good from the floor. That's about the only positive you could kind of pull from this game. I'd like to, say more about these individual games and drag them out, but when you have a game like that against Atlanta, there's not a whole lot you can say besides, yeah, Atlanta just scored a ton and the Cavs just were not able to keep up. The Cavs putting up 119 is honestly a pretty good offensive point total, but 136 is a ridiculous, not a great defensive showing from the Cavs. And the Hawks were they were lights out from the floor, giving them credit too, but it takes two to tango and that kind of stuff. The Cavs defense, not as sharp as it could have been. Maybe that has something to do with the being on the second half of a back-to-back, maybe some tired legs out there, and the Hawks are taking advantage of that, having a really good shooting night. And then you get to Sunday at home against the Raptors, a 118-93 win. This, to me, was a win that kind of felt necessary for the vibes of this team moving forward. They finally managed to get one over this Raptors team that has been that has been annoying to them all year. It's been weird, tough loss after weird, tough loss. To get one finally is nice to see. Cavs managed to grab a decent lead early and hold on to it for the length of the game, although there was a scary moment in the third quarter when Toronto made it a 4-point game. But a nice sequence of an Isaac Okoro 3, a Garland to Jarrett Allen alley-oop, and a Donovan Mitchell 3 put the Cavs back up by 12, and the game was pretty safe after that. Donovan Mitchell was back to his usual self in this one, putting up 35 points, going 8 for 12 from 3, so his shooting touch showed up to this game. Both Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland had double-doubles in this one, and Isaac Okoro went 3 for 3 on his shots, and, if he's providing good defensive minutes anyway. Siakam did get his numbers for the Raptors, but the Cavs defense managed to pretty much not let anyone else become a thorn in their side in this game. And that was a good win for the Raptors. They were definitely, that game could have been a bad breaking point for the Cavs because, they had that 7-game winning streak, and then they start losing to a few good teams, and then they have the Raptors coming in, but they get it done at home, and maybe this can be a bit of a relaunching point for the Cavs as they try to recover from their recent 3-game losing streak. So in the standings, the Cavs are still firmly in the 4th seed. They are 2 games behind the 3rd place 76ers, and they're 2.5 games ahead of the 5th place Knicks in the East, as well as they are 5 games ahead of the play-in tournament. Yes, I am going to keep track of that every single week until the playoffs start, and the Cavs are hopefully not in it. Well, the play-in tournament. Hopefully they're in the playoffs, but not in the play-in tourney. Some of the results against the better teams as of late has been a little concerning, but honestly, we're not going to know if those fears are justified until the playoffs start. This is essentially, the rest of these regular season games are essentially just trying to, they're just trying to get some warm-up in before the games really start to matter and they really start to be important. Now, what you do want to do is you want to hold on to that 4 seed because that does give you home court in that first-round matchup. You want to be at least in the top half of that. But honestly, if you make it and you're good enough, you should be able to overcome some road issues, although the Cavs' road struggles have been real, so maybe it is of utmost importance for them to maintain on that 4 seed so they get more home games than away games in theory. But that's pretty much it for the Cavs this week. Thank you all for watching if you made it this far into the video, and I will see you at the next one.